Authorities say a lawyer who hosted a radio show stole about $2 million from 6 of his elderly clients. He faces multiple charges and says he's going to challenge them in court. Joining me to talk about this is Molly Barrows, legal journalist for the Trial Lawyer magazine. Molly, who is this radio host, and what tell us about this story?
Well, it's pretty simplistic at the end of the day as far as what he's charged with, and he's denying these accusations, of course. But 66-year-old Robert Novi, New Jersey attorney, prominent, had this high-profile radio show. He gave elder law seminars, so he talked a lot about topics that were of concern to the elderly. That seemed to be the majority of his base.
One call Saul.
There you go. I know, and unfortunately, some of them did, and at least 6 of these clients were taken advantage of, according to prosecutors. They indicted him. In fact, he was arrested back in 2016. So I'm not sure why it took so long for this indictment to actually move forward. But he's basically charged with using power of attorney, using trust statements, and getting control of their funds and then funneling it to his personal bank accounts and spending it on himself.
One thing I've observed in the practice of law is just like the practice of medicine. Rather than saying to somebody who's done that, there's no second chance here. There's no rehab. We're seeing enough. You're showing your side.
That's right.
We don't need to see more. We're not going to give your license back and go. They do the same thing with doctors. Doctors may have 5 horrendous malpractice cases, and the board that reviews it keeps saying, maybe he's going to come around. I think there has to be a zero tolerance on things like this. But this guy had a profile because he did a radio show.
Yeah, so he was automatically trusted by a lot of folks because they thought they knew him, and he was always talking about those elder law topics of concern, if you will. But it turned out that some of these clients that he took advantage of were current. Some of them had passed away. Some of them also had Alzheimer's or dementia. So he was, like you said, deliberately targeting people who were vulnerable and easily manipulated and essentially taking their money and putting it in his own accounts and then spending it on himself. So in his defense, his attorney said, no, this was unintentional. He never meant to do any of these things. He would go the extra mile for his clients. But basically just on the money laundering charge alone, which is he has a first-degree one, he has some lesser charges. If he's convicted on that first-degree money laundering, he'll face
lose his
10
license.
to 20 years, as he should.
Okay, so the point is, if he's not convicted, though, you still have this going on. I mean, you don't have that many complaints of stealing money, a track record, and then have the Bar Association say, you know what? You're one of us. We're going to let you do it again. Some bar associations understand that. And I tell everybody, if they think something's wrong and something doesn't add up, then it probably doesn't add up, and they probably should take some action. And our only hope is that you can have the regulators say, okay, enough is enough. One time on something this serious is enough. And You know what? He may be innocent at this point. But right now, when you see a pattern like that, it usually adds up to something else.
And he needs accountability, not just in criminal court, but also among his peers as well. Great point. Well, we'll continue to follow this, Pat. Thank you so much.
Molly, thank you for joining me.